Uh, Hello. We are now interviewing Denise Raimundo.
Hi.
Where do you study and what do you practice?
Okay, I study in Assumption College. I'm currently almost fourth year in Bachelor of Communications, major in Performing Arts.
We're here to ask you about freedom of expression. First question is, what comes to your mind when you hear the word freedom?
I think what comes to my mind, it's mostly what people would think about anything, kung ano man yung point of view nila about a certain phenomena, especially on the internet. It's really exposed there.
Okay. What about when you hear the word expression?
Expression. Like what I said earlier, I guess it depends on people and how they speak or react to one thing that they see, especially if they think that it's a bit explicit. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, that's it.
Okay. How often do you use social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram?
Actually, I use it a lot since I'm the type of person who just reacts to everything, especially if I disagree on something like the government or I read about arts that people are really close-minded about it. I'm trying to open their minds using my, reactions or expressions or ideas. So,
Based on your college course, how can you define freedom in terms of social media?
um, I can define it in the sense that I'm joining this theater company. I think they're independent mostly, and what they do is they use social media to what do you call it? To promote their artistic ideas through reality experiences. So for example, meron sila nakitang idea na poverty or wise or like more on taboo situation na usually deny na hindi naman deny.
In society.
It's more So through theater, ginagawa nila in an artistic way. So medyo kung yung iba sa close-minded people, hindi nila maintindihan yun. So ang ginagawa nila is through social media, pinapakita nila yun. And pinapromote nila kung ano yung may bibigay yung theater sa atin and kung ano yung nagre-reflect sa society natin as such. So, I guess that's the form of freedom of expression through social media that I do and the people that na para nakasupport din sa akin, ang mga taga-theater.
Next question. To your point of view, what can be the limitations on expressing your point of view on social media? Such as regulations and such.
For me, I think there's no limitations eh. Kasi, ang naglilimit lang doon is, I think, yung kung paano natin, let's say, yung mga values kasi tayo and mga ideas na ito dapat susundin natin para so freedom kasi freedom yun eh, pero yun nga, I think yung limit na yun, nasa tao yun eh, so
Follow-up question. Do you think that freedom should be regulated by the government? Such as, in your case, artistic freedom?
I don't think so. Kasi pag mga artist talaga, hindi siya siraulo na pang-hospital na siraulo. Pero kasi, mga artist kasi, yun talaga yung buhay namin. Parang yun yung buhay nila. It's just to give freedom of what they see and what they feel about something. And then just express it kahit na medyo tabi pa siya sa idea ng ibang tao, ng mga close-minded. Especially pag may mga close-minded na tao, and then they just express everything like that. Yeah. For example, yung meron kay Midday yung cruise na yung something to do with Jesus. Nagkaroon lang ng conflict between the religion at the same time. That person who studied in
UST.
Yeah, in UST. So, I guess, walang magagawa talaga yung government, right? Yeah, walang silang magagawa din. I guess what they can do is just support and just trust their ideas. Kasi yun na parang I think that's their creative aspect na wala na silang magagawa din. They just need to respect it and maybe support them. Ayun.
Okay. Next question. Have you ever been offended online because it does not agree with your point of view?
Somehow, pero let's say, like 100, diba, like 100%. Siguro mga 20% lang. Kasi I've never been to a topic na parang papasok ako sa away na ganito, ganyanan. Kasi mostly dito kasi kapag meron kang idea na you want to like fight for, na you think that it's right, mostly the people would say to you, they'll turn you down na, uy, mali yan, ganyan, ganyan. So, hindi siya nakakaano lang. Yeah, it's irritating. So parang we don't want to deal with those things. I'm not saying that's immature, pero that's how the way they're trained. Like, yung expression nila parang minimal, pero yung sa ibang tao, like, it's huge. So, ayun.
For last question, for you, what is the best way to express yourself?
For me, any kind of expression.
Any expression.
I guess when you do your thing, let's say, you love being you, then you're going to apply the weirdness in theater, or in dance, or in singing, and in acting. I think that's the best type of expression for me kasi you get to see, you get to know your ideas, your creativity, and your expression actually. Yung ako ano magagawa ng utak mo, kung ano magagawa ng katawan mo. And then when people watch you, they'll be like, wow, you can do those shit. They can do those moves. I was like, that's how freedom is it. You just share it and you just free it to the world and share it to people. Ayun.
Alright, thank you.
Okay.
And that was our interview for Miss Denise Sermulo. State your name and college course.
Full name?
Yeah, why not?
Denise Hyacinth Joy B. Musni, BA Political Science,
Studying where?
University of the Philippines, Manila.
Alright. First question. What comes to mind when you hear the word freedom?
Kawalan ng restraint.
In what sense?
As in when you're free, you can do whatever you want without anyone or anything restraining you from doing the things you want to do.
Follow-up question. What about when you hear the word expression?
Expression, paano ba? How you give pieces of your mind or your feelings maybe to other people through various means like verbally or through text as in words, ganon, or maybe through art, expression.
How often do you use social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and the like?
Almost every day, I think.
Okay, next question. Based on your college course, how can you define freedom of expression in terms of social media?
Since political science ako, pol sci, so freedom of expression for me mostly involves people's opinions on varied political issues.
Such as?
What's a hot issue? Recently, the Mary Jane Veloso case. Yeah, people were quite expressive sa sa issue na yun.
I'll continue. To your point of view, what can be the limitations of expressing your point of view on social media?
To my point of view, according to my point of view?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think it's limited naman to my point of view when I say that it shouldn't be to an extent na you purposely hurt someone, even if it just involves you expressing your political opinions online. You shouldn't intend to attack anyone while doing so, especially on social media and as well as in real life. Pero, di ba, in social media, you have this sense of parang you feel more protected and more detached from consequences just because You can see the expression on the person's face when you say mean things, for example. And the consequences are less grave. You won't be as affected as you can be when you say those things in person or live. Ganun.
Have you ever been offended online because it does not agree with your point of view?
Yeah, I guess.
Why? Or how?
Um, as you know, parang parang I take part uh, in the exchange of opinion sa social media, especially when it comes to issues nga, political issues. And sometimes when I see my friends post about post opinions that are contrary to mine, not I don't know, it offends me somehow, but not to the extent that I feel personally attacked. It kind of just offends my ideology, if that makes any sense.
Freedom of expression is regulated by the government. Do you personally think, based on your college course, that it should be regulated?
Okay, exclusive, yung pinag-uusapan ba natin ay exclusive sa social media freedom of expression or freedom of expression in general?
Let's go with social media.
Okay.
Based on social media.
So speaking from a political science perspective, I don't think anyone should be penalized for their political beliefs or opinions. But kung magagamit ang social media para mag-perpetuate ng crime or like makaharm ng ibang tao, of course you should regulate that. Yung problem lang naman with di ba, nagka-issue yung tungkol sa cybercrime bill law, which is law na pala ngayon. Yung problem lang naman doon ay meron na kasing mga batas na nagtatakal ng mga issues na gustong itakal ng cybercrime law. So, it's kind of redundant. Tsaka, napipigilan ng law na yun, yung political expression ng mga tao. So, that's mainly the point.
For the last question, for you, what is the best way to express yourself?
Express yourself in paanong expression? Like
yourself.
your feelings?
Anything.
I guess you have to be honest if you really want your message to get across. Of course, honesty is the first thing, but also consider how others might take what you want to express. Like, will they get offended by it, even indirectly? You have to consider others' feelings and relative and individual point of views and opinions as well.